It is Thursday, and I am just now picking up the camera. I have just had a week of just catching up, finishing up cleaning, dusting, vacuuming, all of that. It's not the spring cleaning, just regular cleaning that I haven't done for a couple of weeks. So I'm off today. I'm going to meet my sister. We are going to have a sister's day, but we also have, both of us have scheduled our supposed to be yearly mammogram screening, and I have to have a bone density screening. Yet again, another medical thing that we have to do. I do not get a mammogram every year. In fact, it has been 2019. And they just keep pestering me and keep pestering me. I do not have a family history of breast cancer. I know that has nothing to do with it. I know that it's important to a lot of people. Anyway, I'm going to get it done and satisfy my healthcare team. Anyway, I'm wearing some Sundance cropped jeans. I just love these. They do have a button fly front, and they are wonderful. I'm wearing an old J. Crew, very light, more of a beachy feel because it's got a lot of air coming through it. It's going to be 80 today, so I didn't want to be super hot. And then underneath, this is an Anthropology. It's got some peach in it to go along with the coral of the sweater, and it hangs out slightly in the back. Anyway, I just wanted to go super comfortable today for our sister's day and for our screening day. My sister is going to do hers as well. She is supposed to do it yearly, and I think she has missed a couple of years. So we're going to get this done and out of the way, and then we'll bring you along for whatever adventures we plan to do. There are a couple of estate sales, so we'll see about going to those. I have gone out to feed Oreo, and I'm about ready to head out to the car and speed off. It looks like we could get a little bit of weather today. There was some hail in a town about, I would say 70 miles away from here yesterday, baseball size hail. So this makes me a little nervous. We are supposed to get some weather. It's supposed to be more toward the east, and we're more towards the center of the Texas Panhandle, so I hope we just get rain and no other things. All right, off we go. It does make beautiful clouds though. Beautiful, beautiful clouds. We just want it to be rain clouds and not hail clouds. Usually the hail clouds kind of look like marshmallows, so this looks more like just maybe rain. I hope, because I do love the rain. Look at the beautiful colors of green. Springtime green is just beautiful. There are a few trees that are still blossoming, but for the most part, it's just green. Yes, this is my Texas. Texas where I live. Massive amounts of land for the precious crops, and an occasional elevator popping up, but miles and miles and miles of crop-worthy land. All right, my sister and I are going. We had a little Chick-fil-A snack, and we're headed to our first estate sale. And it's in a really pretty area, and it is misting lightly. Pretty area, beautiful trees, and right where I'm parked is the most gorgeous buds. Oh, spring buds. Isn't that beautiful? Something else that I would like to be able to grow are irises. My mother used to grow the most beautiful irises. Those are so pretty. And this one is by the little girl that I taught in kindergarten. It's called KB Estate Sales. It's a pretty little house. What would you guess? I'm gonna say $438. What did you say? $350. I'm gonna say $435. We'll have to look it up and see. Yes, very.
This is what I needed the other day. It is. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
How much?
28.50. They're all priced separately.
I know.
It's not terrible, is
What
it?
is this thing? Oh, because it fits. Whoops, I can't lift it.
Oh, fits up in
Uh-huh.
there, yeah.
I have one, but it's broken. I have one like that, but mine's broken.
Oh, where you can sit it.
I wish I had one that wasn't broken.
Yeah.
Because isn't that pretty?
Yes. It's real pretty. Maybe not for that.
Oh. No. I didn't think that was bad on that side.
No, I'm shocked. That was a good price.
I had one of those dishes.
So
So, now that one's pretty, but I still like it.
I love it. I don't just like it. I love it.
I can't wait to make a bow.
Look at this pretty little pink chair.
I saw that little chair. Isn't that cute?
And not bad.
How much is it? 58. That's not bad. It's got some. Its legs need help.
Yeah. Little polishing.
And staying, yeah.
Oh. I love these Tiffany lamps.
I know it.
But I can't do that right there.
Which is it?
138.
Yeah. Yep.
This was the era of wallpaper.
Yeah.
Pretty sconces. I like the double and the
Oh, I do
long.
too. See, that's the way John's is. I don't believe I've ever seen that rolled off to the bed.
Now I have a new show on Lifetime called Raising Spirits. You can also see me live and in
Kind of dull.
to witness
Yeah, but look at her china.
firsthand. You can
Mm-hmm.
everyone
Linux.
it's unexplained and life changing.
And they liked yellow.
Okay, I have. Very pretty.
I don't know what you use it for, but yeah, it's pretty.
I don't know what I'm going to use this silver for, but I might.
Well, when you give parties or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
look at
We
the
had coffee
wallpaper.
at Edith's thing and used it, you know?
Yep.
I bet we'll find other ones. Oh, I do too. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Not too much in the outside. But you know how I love my backyards, so I have to go look. Not a very big backyard. Pretty trees, though.
Saying that
No.
there are 9 different types of rattlesnakes in Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, including our snake collection. I got to tell you, the next time 401 happens, Mix and Barilla Dogtails on our Apple website. Coming up at 1 o'clock, I've got a chance for you to win $10,000. That $1,000 a day outwork payday. It's now.
So that's not a bad price for that many
Not at all.
classes.
Not at all. I have one kind of like you.
Do you?
Uh-huh. got more stuff than you can shake it.
Lots of Christmas. But isn't that cool? And I like this whole set.
I wonder how much this doily is. I like the shape of it.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I've got coming behind you. Oh,
There's a lamp.
Huh?
That's a pretty lamp.
Oh, yeah? Big.
Oh my goodness. I don't think it's... All right, we're going to try another little estate sale that was not on the list, but we'll check it and see what's going on with this one.
It's kind of interesting.
Look over here. I like the blue chest. Sort of. I don't mind that one. That would be cute
bad.
in an antique store.
See?
Mhm.
Mine's better than that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that little picture. That's cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my little juice pitcher, remember? I did it. I finally did it. And I loved having orange juice out of that. Freshly squeezed orange juice.
Very similar things.
Yes, that
That's like seven on the
I don't know why I am attracted to that.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Did you find the one?
The whole, look at the ceiling.
I know.
It's kind of cute.
Oh dear. Yes.
This is my kind of house. Everything is blue. The carpet, the ceiling, the dishes. My blue heaven. The curtains, the wallpaper. That is some kind of piano too.
It's a lot prettier than mine.
Wow,
Very ornate. It's a lot prettier.
cute.
Oh my goodness.
Allison? Yes. I'm still here.
You're in there, you're not. Okay, well, she said she was going down to 35, so she should go down to 20.
Some wooden shoes.
And they look right up there.
And blue handled silverware.
Yeah. There's your spaghetti. That's for spaghetti.
Okay, it is warming up now. It says 74, but it feels hotter. We're supposed to get to 82. Anyway, we had to make a little pit stop, and we're going to go back to that estate sale because they had some interesting things. So, and a house. I have to show you this house. I should have been a real estate person, I think. I just love homes. I love the way, I love the older homes, the ones with such character. But yeah, we're gonna have to see that house. It is something else. But this one that we're in, that we're looking at, the estate sale, everything is blue. The whole house is blue. That is my vibe. It is really pretty. Okay, we'll be off here in a second. There you go. And look at the landscape. This is some come to the mall because I'm gonna help my sister with her fingernails. So we thought we need a place to sit down at a table. So this is where we are, and this is the mall. We got the nails done. She is all fixed up. So I stopped off at a Mexican food restaurant called Abuelo's. We have had this before, and I got a family style meal for my husband and I to do for 2 or 3 days. So here's the fixings for it. Chicken fajitas with veggies underneath, charro beans, Mexican rice, queso, hot sauce, corn tortillas, and they gave us 3 bags of chips. So I think this will be quite delicious. I'm ready to eat. I have some news, and I'll share it with you later. And I will also show the things I got from my estate sale, and I'll do it later. I'll wait till my husband goes off to bed, and I'll do it later because I want to go spend some time with him and watch some shows. So we're gonna go enjoy this wonderful meal, and I will check with you a bit later. All right, y'all, it's about 11 o'clock, and I guess I better head off to bed. You can see it's dark outside. We've had some severe weather around our area. There has been tornadoes on the ground. It's not been close to us. It's probably about 70 miles away. But, you know, prayers for those people, and hopefully no damage was done. I will hear about it probably in the morning on the news. So I thought I would share with you real quickly what I got at the estate sales, and then we'll be off to bed. So you know my obsession with lamps, and I saw this sweet little lamp with neutral ivory shades to it. I thought it was really, really pretty. And what drew me to it was the kind of ornate decoration on the bottom of it. I thought that was just really cute, really neat. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it. I'll have to kind of walk around the house and see, or I may end up giving it away. You never know. But there's some color here. Looks like blues and kind of a peachy coral and yellow. That would really be pretty in Suzanne's room, but I don't think there's room for a lamp in her bedroom. So we'll just kind of have to see where it might go. There was a little stain up here on the top, and I am working on it. I'm using this stuff that my sister sells. It's by Melaleuca, and it's called EcoSense Pre-Spot, and it usually does a really good job, and it removes most stains. So I've kind of wet it down pretty good, and I'm working on that little area, and I'll be able to see a little bit better in the morning, see if that kind of helped it. But it's really a cute lamp. To see what it looks like plugged in, let me bring it over here to where I do have a plug available. And of course I wipe everything down, and you know, with soap and water, and wash it really well. So let's give it a plug in, and there we go. It's cute little lamp. You can see where I've been working on the stain, but that will dry by morning, and it should be all right. But it gives a really nice light. I just thought it was awful cute. And y'all, it was just $5, and there wasn't anything that I had to replace or change or do. Just cleaned it up a little bit. It was pretty dusty up here because this is sort of a fabric feel with some you know, trim up here at the top. But I love the fabric feel to it. It's very, very soft. But yeah, I couldn't believe there was a $5 tag right here on the bottom. In fact, a lady said, did she put $5 on that? I don't think the lady that was in charge was very happy about that. But anyway, yeah, it's a cute lamp. So I'm glad I got it for $5. And then another thing that I picked up that I thought was really pretty. Now this was 10, maybe a little pricey for it, but my sister thinks that it was a sugar bowl. And we did look on the bottom of it, and it is it's from Japan. It has some Japanese writing on it, and it is hand painted, and you can see Japan there, and then the little sign. I don't know if that means anything. I would have to look that up, you know, to see, but that's what was on it. I need to clean this up. I haven't washed it yet, but I mean, you know, what attracted me to it was, of course, the the blue, but it just looks so antique looking and such a delicate piece. I thought that would be pretty even in a bathroom. Even if it's a sugar bowl for a kitchen, I don't really care. I think you could put lots of things in it in a bathroom or something. And then at another place, I got this, and I think it was $8. I'm not real sure. It has some decorative design on it, and we think it would be used as a cheese ball. You know, you could store a cheese ball on it. The dome is not quite high enough. My sister didn't think it was high enough for a cheese ball, but you know, a small cheese ball, I think it would be just fine. No particular markings on it as far as like where it might be from. I just thought it was pretty, and it's definitely not crystal or anything. It's just glass, but I thought that would be pretty for holidays to serve a cheese ball in this and then keep it protected while, you know, it might be out on the cabinet. So those 3 things were my estate sale finds. That's all I got at the estate sales. And then I have been wanting a basket to put in my closet for laundry. Instead of carrying it all the way down the hall like I usually do. I do have a laundry basket in my hallway, but I'm thinking, why am I doing that? Taking my own personal laundry all the way down the hall when I could just store it in my closet until I get ready to wash. That would be like lingerie and, you know, accessories and, you know, not really necessarily clothing, but light items that need washing. So this was $3 at the Dollar Tree. And then I went back to Kohl's. You know, I showed last time that I got a sheet set, and I put it on yesterday on my bed, or Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. And I loved it, absolutely loved it. So this brand from Kohl's, the Sonoma brand, in 100% cotton, it says fade resistant, low pilling, wrinkle resistant, temperature regulating, and it's just called high grow cotton technology. 400 thread count, which I think is pretty good. And I can't remember where it said 100% cotton somewhere. Let me see. Where did it say 100% cotton? Core cotton, I don't know. I know I saw it though somewhere, because I do like my cotton sheets and they do not shrink. And the other ones that I got in the same company had a very deep pocket for mattresses. So if you have a deep mattress, it's ideal for that. And this is kind of a blue stripe that will go with both sets of my bedding. Actually, it will go with about 4 sets of bedding that I have. I'm really thinking of it maybe for the guest room, though, to change out sheets. So that's kind of why I got it. They regularly were $80, and they were on for, I believe it was $59, possibly, I think, maybe. And then the other one, I got another percentage off. This one, I didn't get an extra percentage off, so it, of course, cost a little bit more than the one that I got on Saturday. But I went back for it while they were on sale because I thought that was a good price for sheets. And then, yes, I am obsessed with pajamas as well. So I went back for more pajamas, and I wanted to get the Draper James by Reese Witherspoon, but instead I got a Cuddle Dud. These were also on sale. They ended up being like $30, and they're a sleeveless type with a V-neck and then cute little cropped bottoms. I don't wear the shorts to bed necessarily, but in summertime I want to be nice and cool. So this is a pretty blue tropical look with whales and palm trees, and you know, I just thought it was kind of cute, and especially made by the brand Cuddle Duds. If you know about Cuddle Duds, you know. And not necessarily for warmth. I certainly don't want warmth, but the softness of them. And I got a size large in these, and I think they will be just fine. And is that all I got today? I believe it is. So that was my small haul from my day with my sister. Tell you about some exciting news that's going to happen next week. When my sister got in the car, she said, Laura, I need for you to go with me to Dallas. This is where my niece lives, her daughter. She, as you know, broke her wrist, and so she's been having a lot of trouble. I had to do her nails for her today, paint her nails, and she just needs some extra help because, you know, it's really hard when your main hand, your right hand, if you're right-handed, that's so, it's just really hard to deal with, and I feel so sorry for her. And so I'm just trying to help her out a little bit today, and I drive her nearly every time she comes. I'm the designated driver because she drives all the time. So I think she enjoys the break when we get together. So anyway, she wanted me to go to Dallas, and here's why. Her daughter bought tickets to a concert with the group Mercy Me. And if you're familiar with that Christian group, they're wonderful. And she said her granddaughter was not going to be able to go because she had a commitment through her ballet company. So she said, I do not want to waste this ticket. Would you please come and go with me and drive down with me because it's going to be kind of hard for me to drive. So I talked over it with my husband, and, you know, I kind of hate to leave him. I like for us to do things together, and I like for him to go, but of course he's in school, so he can't do that right now. So it's just going to be drive down Thursday, do the concert that night, and then come back home Friday because my sister has more commitments back in her hometown. So we'll just be gone 2 days. We'll do an overnight and then we're done. So I'm gonna do that and go with her. So if it's something that I can record, I'll certainly bring you along. And I'm kind of excited. I haven't been to a concert since I went to a Chicago concert back in the city. Oh, that's been about, I want to say, maybe, goodness, has it been 8 years ago? Wow. I don't remember, something like that. Anyway, my husband was a big Chicago guy because he was a trumpet player, and so the trumpet players in Chicago just really, he enjoys them, and so we did go to a Chicago concert, and that was a lot of fun. But I don't do many concerts just because we don't have that many in our area. And you pretty much have to go to Dallas or Oklahoma City or, you know, places like that to see them. So this will be exciting to get to go see Mercy Me. So that was my day with my sister, and we already got test results back from the mammogram and the bone density. I do have, let's see, how do they put it? I don't have osteoporosis right now. I'm just on the road. My mother had osteoporosis, so, you know, I do that bone density scan every 2 years just to see where I'm at. And I do take calcium and all that kind of stuff. And so when the doctor reads it, I'm sure she'll give me some heads up as to what to do to help that not develop severely. I have it in the left hip, the left side of my neck, isn't that strange, and then in the lumbar spine area. So yeah, that's probably why I have a hard time getting up and out from chairs after I've sat for about 15 minutes. But it's just age, you know, it's just something that happens, and I'm now 67 years old. Things are going to happen, but it doesn't slow me down. I'm going to keep going and keep doing it just as much as I can. But knowing what you are dealing with and what you can do to help the aging process, I will do whatever I need to do. So that was that. And then the mammogram turned out all right. I just have some dense fibrous, I'm very dense in that area, and It says fibrous, but not anything cancerous. So that's good. So everything's benign in that area as well. So I know, aren't y'all sick of hearing every medical thing that goes on? I'm kind of tired of sharing it. Maybe I shouldn't share it, but I just want people to know that we all go through things, and nobody's perfect, and you just have to deal with it and do as much as you can to help your health, and then just do everything you can to try to be healthy. So that's where we're at. As you can see, I am really tired. It was a long day, and I enjoyed it. I always enjoy my time with my sister, and yeah. I think I can show you some jewelry tomorrow. I made several pieces for my new go-round, my next line of jewelry. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I haven't gotten to work as much as I'd like to, but I think this weekend I'll be able to work because Suzanne will not be home. She's going to go to the state art competition. I'm so proud of her and her student that got state, and that's going to be really neat for her. So I will be free this weekend and the next weekend, but then next Thursday is when I'm going with my sister to see the concert. So all right, that's what's going on in the life of Laura. I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Well, I need to wash my hair today, but I'm going to come out and walk. It is very foggy this morning. Yesterday we had some bad weather near us. It wasn't us, but it was near. And so we really didn't get any rain, but we were supposed to get rain today. So yeah, it is foggy, a little misty, but it's not really misting enough that I don't feel like I can do my walk. Get my walk done, and then I will go in and get my hair washed and get fixed up for the day. It's about 10:15, and it's just really peaceful and pretty. I'm so glad I got the yard done before the weather came, and that way it can grow and do well after I worked in it. I think my husband's going to come out and mow too, but I don't know. He may not be able to. It may be raining before then. Anyway, it is Friday. It's beautiful. Suzanne is off on her trip to the art state competition. She's so excited, and I'm excited for her. Nothing going on this weekend. I'm just going to be working. I need to get into my jewelry and get going on that. So, yeah, here's what I'm seeing this morning. I know I show sometimes some of the houses here, and I hope that the neighbors don't mind too much, but I feel like we live in a really pretty area, and there's lots of land, lots of nothing. I say this all the time. My sister loves Texas and loves the fact that there are wide open spaces. I'm not as crazy about it. I like mountains and trees and hills and valleys, and I like that enclosed feeling that an abundance of trees gives, which we do not have here. So anyway, but it's still a beautiful morning. So let's get this done, and then I will be back in the house and getting ready for the day. So here's my current workstation. I have everything kind of set out and ready for making more jewelry. And I have put this in the music room / office. And it's right when you come in the door. I kind of have it done like this. I don't know. It's hard. I kind of got tired of having it in the kitchen dining room area because I used to set it up right over here. And I don't know, it's just, I would come by it and think, oh my word, people coming in or coming by, I'd probably think, oh my goodness. So anyway, I've decided to put it in here, and I have some Poshmark items over here that I've got to list this evening. And yeah, I have quite a bit to do today. So I'll show you what I've been up to lately and what my inspiration is. This was an amethyst strand that I picked up at an estate sale, all amethyst. And you know, it just needed to be restrung. And if I've already showed this before, I apologize, but I'm just going to show you what I have so far made. So I restrung the necklace, kept the attachment, which I just loved. I thought that was so cute. And then left out some so that I could make a matching bracelet, which didn't mean that you had to put it together, but you know, it's there for if you want it. And then I've said before that one of my favorite jewelry designers is Jess Meharry, or I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she just has beautiful, beautiful jewelry, but it's quite expensive. So as I was perusing through the catalog and looking for ideas and inspiration and, you know, thinking about what I wanted to do, this one kind of popped up to me. And in the catalog, this one retails for $990. And of course, she uses real sterling silver. You know, she actually hand makes her pieces that go on the necklaces, and then adds turquoise and coral and various other stones. So that one appealed to me. So I came up with this one. Nothing like it particularly, other than it has this piece that I got from somewhere. I have no idea. I look for things all over the place. So it could have been at an estate sale. It could have been Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Isn't that terrible that I don't really know? So I kind of was inspired by her design. And then I added the turquoises and the corals and lapis and various other stones. And I do not use sterling silver. Mine are just silver tone beads. But here's the leather that I attached to it. And I knotted the leather and added silver pieces to it. And then just did a simple lobster clasp. But this one has a little bit fancier detail to it. But anyway, this one is about, I'm thinking it's either 24 inches. I'm trying to make necklaces a little bit shorter because mine are so long. Because I usually make them for myself, thinking that if I get stuck with them, I've got to be happy with them. And I like really long necklaces, but this one's a little bit shorter. And I enjoyed making it, and you know, I just really thought her necklace was beautiful. And then I was inspired by this bracelet, and let's see what the bracelet retails for. I have to find the letter, and it says F. So F is called a pony bracelet, I think. Is that right? And it is $460 for this bracelet from Jess Meharry. So inspired by that, I came up with, and what I liked about this one, let me show. I love how she takes the beads and makes them into a loop. However, that's not how she closed it. It was just, you know, a part of the middle. So I took that idea and I made a double loop with coral and turquoise. And this turquoise right here is, which is called Howlite, and you would have to look that up to see what that's about. And then this is real turquoise that I just combined several different ones, and I went from a circular piece to you know, large in the middle, and then it flares to a smaller size as it attaches to the end. And then, let's see, more turquoise here. This was just an unusual bead that was in my red section. I have a lot of beads sorted by colors, and I just thought that was a cool glass bead. But probably this is my favorite part. I love to loop 2 beads sections together to make a bracelet. So anyway, inspired by hers, but definitely not the same. You know, I don't want to copy her exactly. I couldn't anyway. I don't have the things that she has, but I'm inspired by it, is what I'm saying. So anyway, that one was a lot of fun to make, but it took me a long time because of this section here and then trying to get it to work out. And then, let's see what else I see in her catalog. There are other things that I see that I would like to try, and I will come back to them. You know, she just has a really pretty catalog, I think. It's interesting. Look at the horse. Oh my gosh. Look at the horse's jewelry. I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, so let's see what else gave me inspiration. I love this one. At some point I'm going to try to do parts of it maybe. And of course, like I said, I can't copy it exactly, and I wouldn't want to. Okay, these earrings. I thought these were really cool because they have a leaf part to them. And of course, hers are all 14 karat gold, silver, all that stuff. So these were called Harriet earrings. It says multi-stone, 14 karat yellow gold and sterling silver, $670, y'all. $670. Okay, so from that, I took the inspiration and I added a brass toned leaf and a little silver toned flower. And then I added lapis. This is an amethyst bead. This one is aventurine. Here's turquoise, here's citrine, the yellow, and then a little tiny piece of coral. So yes, I have real semi-precious stones. I just don't have the sterling silver and the 14 karat gold. Mine is gold tone. However, I do put real sterling silver ear posts because that's what I have to have. So I want my ear posts to be good. I don't want them to be like the nickel-free stuff, you know, which is fine, but I just want a better piece of ear wire for my earrings. What would I charge for these? I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit down and think about it. You know, on my Facebook page, I am clearing out jewelry, so that jewelry is gonna be a lot cheaper than my brand new. Like some of my earrings are $15. These are gonna be much higher because they're new. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then, let's see what else kind of gave me interest from her catalog. And here's what she looks like. Okay, I absolutely love this necklace with the moon, and I don't know what kind of stone that is. And look at all this, just really cool sections to it. It cuts off here, so I had to go to her site to see what the rest of it looked like. And then you come down on this side. You know, just very interesting. So that inspired me. And by the way, this is the one that is 13,000, y'all, $600. It is multi-stone, 14 karat, 18 karat, 22 karat yellow gold, and 14 karat rose gold. And that's all well and good. Yay for people who can afford that. Good for you, but I can't. So here is what I did, inspired by her jewelry. Yes, I did have a little moon. This one I found, actually, it is a a little 18 karat gold piece. But no, mine's not going to be $13,000. I don't know what that is. It was just a yellow bead in my yellow section. These were just gold tone pieces that I make my own drops, you know, with wire. This was a piece that came from a bracelet, and I just took part of it apart and commissioned it. And a little bead here. This is tiger eye round beads and tiger eye natural stone. This is coral, real coral in between here, but these pieces are jade. And then this is that sandstone stuff. And these right here, I can't remember what the light blues are. The circular discs are just glass, I believe, but these are, it's either, I think they're jade, I'm pretty sure, because you can, there's a lot of dyed jade that you can get different colors from. And then these pieces right here, now that's lapis. That's real lapis here, and just a gold tone chain, and I put the lapis between the gold tone chain. Here's a piece of rose quartz, you know, and then we're back to down here. So anyway, inspired by her, but my version of that. All right, then let's see what else I've looked at. Oh, this one I absolutely adore. So I'm going to come up with something that has a drop similar to this, and then pieces that will hang. So that's another inspiration. Okay, let's see. There she is again. Loves horses, I guess. I was thinking there was a pair of earrings, another pair of earrings that I really loved. Oh, I might have to go back and look at those, find those again. All right, this bracelet right here, thought that was really pretty. And it is, let's look at J. It's called a bird song bracelet, $390, multi-stone and sterling silver. Okay, that one right there. So with that inspiration, here's what I came up with. I had this piece that came from one of my sister's jewelry pieces, and I thought it was cool, and it has double holes at the bottom. So I strung a piece of leather cord through those holes, added some wire wrapping to make it more secure so that it wouldn't break. And then along with this, I have the heart where you can, if you need it longer, you can take the lobster clasp and put it here. Or you can, if you need it shorter, I just have a piece of, you know, circular wire here that you can attach it to. And then I have Amazonite pieces, some turquoise here. This is Amazonite, those are Amazonite. All of this right in here is Amazonite. Those are turquoise. And then I think these two, there were two here and two here, and those are a natural stone. They're Amazonite, but they're not a polished. They're more like a serpentine type thing. And then a little heart hanging here. Not sterling silver, but anyway, little bracelet there. Okay, I have one more to show that I've gotten finished with, and I think it was earrings. Here were the other earrings that I was inspired by. Really pretty. They are multi-stone, 14 karat and 18 karat yellow gold, $1,800, y'all, for those right there. So inspired by that. And I sort of like the mixture of the silver and gold. So when I did these, I did mix silver and gold tone here. So half of it's silver tone, half of it's gold tone. And then this is what I came up with, inspired by what I just showed you. So this is all gold tone, and my earrings are an 18 karat gold post. So we've got lapis, coral, rose quartz, tiger eye, and this I don't think is anything. It was just in my red section, and it sort of had a garnet look to it. So that's what I chose to put on those. So anyway, that's what they look like. Yeah. So this is what I've been up to. These are the pieces that I've come up with so far, and I am ready to continue on and see what I can make today. So anyway, that is what I'm up to. And I don't mean to say, you know, I'm to take away from someone else's jewelry. I mean, she's an established jeweler, and she's actually an artisan. I am not an artisan. I do not make the pieces that go into my jewelry. I just put the jewelry together. But all I'm saying is, you know, there are certain things that I cannot afford. I cannot afford her jewelry. I will never have a piece of her jewelry. So, just like a designer, you know, like we can't have designer bags and designer clothing, we might have something that looks similar that we can afford. And thank you to companies who, you know, strive to make designs that make you feel like you're wearing a designer look, maybe, but you're not paying the designer prices. And, you know, people can do that. That's good. But I can't. So I just hope that it's okay that I am making jewelry that is similar to hers, but affordable for people like me, a retired teacher. You know, I've always loved jewelry. It's just something, clothes. I love clothes. I love shoes. I'm just a girly girl, you know. I like stuff like that. But yes, it's nice to have real stuff, and I'm using actual gemstones, and I have collected those from my sister. I've bought them, some of them on my own, and I will never, you know, get back the money that I put into my own jewelry, because I don't have a name, and I can't charge the price that real designers can. But you know, I'm just still having trouble getting my foot through the door and trying to find places where I can sell. Facebook is not successful. It just gives me an avenue for people to see what I do, but I have very few people that actually buy from that, and I can't afford to have my own website. You know, that's a monthly bill, and I just don't sell enough to do that. So that's why I depend on craft shows. So there's really not a craft show coming up for quite some time. But I'm just going to do as much as I can, and there's one that I'm really interested in the fall that's coming, but the booth price is $175. Well, what I charge for my jewelry, look how much I would have to sell to make back that $175 and then try to make a profit. It's just, it's really hard. So I'm still working. I'm not going to give up. As my daughter says, do not give up. I used to tell her that. Now she tells me that. And it's very encouraging. And, you know, yeah, I'll keep pushing on and pushing on. Anyway, thank you for joining me through all of this. Thank you for putting up with me talking once again about my love for jewelry and making jewelry, and trying to get myself out there and try to sell. That's I love to make it and then sell it. It tickles me for people to want what I have made. All right, here's what I've got on today. It's just a sunshine shirt. I'm ready for the spring dressing season, And then I have on some pants that came from the Riley girls. They're just, I had been wearing them out and they're just kind of slouchy. So I think maybe they're gonna be better for just wearing around the house. But they're a cargo pocket pant and super light and comfortable for working on with my jewelry. So that is the outfit for the day. And hair is done and washed and I'm ready to get back and get busy. My husband is coming home. Like, he just texted me that he's walking home. We're probably going to stop for a minute and eat our lupper that we always have. And then I'll probably keep working on my jewelry. All right, here we go.